It's a true pleasure to be with you this evening. Amazing pleasure. And these days, it's really a pleasure anywhere in New York without a subpoena for my appearance.
Presidential candidate Donald Trump getting some praise for his performance at the Al Smith dinner last night as new polls show he is gaining momentum in crucial swing states over his opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris. Following week of major interviews for both with some connections to media bias. Joining us now for this week's Washington Wrap, political commentator, D.C. insider Armstrong Williams. Good morning, Armstrong.
Good morning, Tom.
Kamala Harris did not show up last night. First time since 1928 where it started where only one opponent actually showed up. She did send a video, but Trump seemed to be getting a lot of attention because of that Al Smith dinner last night and gaining a lot of his, well, there was no response. So we got to jab a lot more at the roast than Harris would be able to for him.
It's fascinating. The vice president had a strategy in the beginning that she could waltz her way into the White House without being challenged because she was not Donald Trump. She just assumed that no matter what the basis, they were faithful to each of their candidates, that independents just would find him so obnoxious and so disgusting that she would win. But all of a sudden, she started tanking in the polls. That strategy did not work. You've seen her, Tom, in a series of interviews, whether it was 60 Minutes, whether it was The View, Charlemagne the God, and now Brett Baier. And you can tell she's never been challenged in many of these interviews like Trump and his vice president, and it's beginning to show. She's just not prepared for the questions. And it's obvious if these questions are not given to her in advance or briefed. On simple questions on the border, on Biden covering for him his mental health, asking about, well, from one, on Bill Whitaker, she said she would continue, but on The View, she said she would continue Biden's policy. But then all of a sudden on Brett Baier, she sounded more vice presidential, saying she would find her own identity and she would not continue the policies of Joe Biden. But you don't know which Harris to believe. And some people say it's media bias against her that Brett Baier attacked her, but he was a stumbler in his interview with Donald Trump. It's just that she just does not have the preparation that Trump has had going through the fire.
Armstrong, Bill Whitaker's interview, she had pushback. There was a lot of critics saying that was the first time she's seen some pushback there. And you're thinking, okay, he was holding her feet to the fire a little bit more than what she's seen in those other friendlier interviews. That was the first time you saw that. But then other reports come out later on saying that it was edited, that her word salad answers were actually edited to make her look more appealing, especially the question regarding Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Well, it was edited, and that is why a complaint has been filed to the Federal Communications Commission. There's no question about that. And the only way that CBS can maintain whatever credibility they have left on this is they need to release the entire tape so the public can decide for themselves. And it goes to show that the media in the background, and we call it's doing everything they can to help the vice president, and that is just a total violation of FCC rules. It's unfortunate what you're seeing happening here, because if either one win, it's going to be representing who we are around the world. And I'm just telling you, man, it's just she just continues to fumble the ball. She just cannot give a straight answer. She's just playing it too safe. She just needs to say what she believes. It doesn't matter whether the left or the right believes it. She's got to say what she believes and say it emphatically and stand by it. That's what people want. They need to know who she is. And she's not telling us anything. She won't, Tom, I'm sorry, she won't answer the questions. It's so frustrating watching her not answer any question. When will she answer the questions and show that she has the leadership and backbone to stand by her principles and her policies?
Armstrong Williams, hey, thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Tom.